So if you pretend to be somebody you're not, you're gonna start to attract people that you don't like. Because you don't even like the person that you are right now. You don't like the front, the mask that you. I like being myself. And you should too, you know. The entire idea of allowing your personality to revolve around public validation or things that may seem socially acceptable absolutely disgusts me. The idea of orthodoxism, the idea of normality, the idea of doing what each and every single other person on this planet is doing, not my style. I don't like that at all. I like to do things the way I like to do. I like to be myself. Let me tell you how I came across with all of this. Growing up, I would be bullied a lot. Okay, I'd be bullied a lot because I was always myself. I was always the type of person to speak my mind. I was always the type of person to say or do things that nobody else really had the guts to do. Like confront the teacher, for example. And I understand some people may feel a little controversial about that, especially the adults saying that. Why would I confront the teacher? Adults aren't always right. Adults are wise, very much, not always right. So I confronted the teacher from every now and then, and sometimes I would be praised for it, sometimes I wouldn't be. Maybe I was wrong, maybe I was right. But that's just one of the many examples that I'm going to be placing down. Sometimes I would be very childish. Okay, I would play childish games. Me and my best friend and I, we would play Ben 10 and stuff like that. In primary school, dude. In primary school, we would play those games. And we didn't really care if anyone disliked us for it. And when I left primary school, what happened was I stopped doing all of those things. I started trying to be socially acceptable. When I got to 8th grade, I started trying to be a socially acceptable person. And that kind of just made things a lot worse. That definitely made things worse. Because what happened was I was putting up a front. I was putting up a mask of a person that wasn't myself. And by doing that, I started attracting people that weren't like me. I started attracting people that weren't in my crowd. Because what happens is, right, when you act like a certain person, when you act a certain way, you attract like-minded individuals, right? So if you pretend to be somebody you're not, you're going to start to attract people that you don't like. Because you don't even like the person that you are right now. You don't like the front, the mask that you're putting up. But if you act yourself, if you try your best to do what you would do what Khosi would do. That's me. Don't do what I would do what you would do. If you do what you do, you will attract like-minded individuals. I have friends, Mikenzo, Lidile, Omar. I love these guys. And how did I bring these people into my life? By being myself. I attracted like-minded individuals. My best friend Brady, my best friend Sean. How did I find them? By being myself. I do not have a girlfriend, okay? But that is not the point. How did she come into my life? The woman, how did she come into my life? By me being myself. I'm not gonna sit around and try to be acting like the cool guy and sit like this. And no, I'm not gonna do that. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do what I want to do, and I'm going to attract the woman that I want. You understand? I am going to act the way the woman I want would want her man to act, which would be goofy, strict at times, very ambitious and driven, and God-loving. Those are my attributes. I'm very confident on top of that. I am abnormally confident, and I love that about myself. I'm doing YouTube, speaking to thousands of people on the internet, giving them advice about myself, about them. I would want her to be attracted to me for who I am, not for what I think I should be, not for what other people think I should be. I want her to like me for who I am. I'm not gonna act the way my colleagues want me to act. I'm not gonna act the way the people in class want me to act. No, I'm gonna act my way so that I can get my things done the way I want them to be. But don't do this in such a way that you become selfish to others. If you're a loud person, don't go into the library, start making noise and saying that, oh, this is who I am, this is my personality, you can't force me to change. That's selfishness. It's a library, it is a place where you're supposed to be quiet. You can't be complaining and saying that, hey, I'm just built like this, you can't tell me what to do. Yes, they can. We understand that you're all built like this, but you can't be putting your personality and saying that, hey, this is my excuse for acting the way I'm acting. No, bro. No. So don't be selfish with being yourself, but don't be selfless with being yourself. Stay in between. Do it in such a way that people see you for who you are and accept that and respect it and don't see a problem with it. People see my personality as a problem, and I'm talking about people who aren't in my crowd. People who aren't in my crowd, who oppose my crowd and don't understand my crowd. They will not like me because, well, I understand this may be a very vain thing to say, a very prideful thing to say. But to put it plain, I don't want to say I'm better than anyone. I don't believe that I'm better than anyone. But I do a lot of things that a lot of people are jealous of. Like, oh, hey, Khosi, why are you so positive all the time? I am crying all the time. Positivity is a very draining superpower. Hey, Khosi, how are you so confident? Oh, I was bullied a lot. That's how I became so confident. I understand. Extremely controversial. But that's how I became myself, and that's why you should be yourself. Because when you allow the things around you to shape you, and you choose the attributes that you can take. If you get trauma, you can allow that trauma to shape you into someone else. If you get, I don't know, trauma is the only thing that I can think of right now. But when trauma hits you in the face, you can choose one of the two things. You can choose to cry about it and say, okay, trauma really effed me over, and I'm going to cry about it, and I'm going to blame myself and the people who did this to me, and I'm going to act however I want and be impulsive, emotional, and illogical, and use that as my excuse, and use my trauma as an excuse. Or you could become a very mature and responsible person and say, oh, how did I become like this? Trauma. You understand? I know it doesn't make sense, but that's how I became the person I am today. I get made fun of for making YouTube at school. I get made fun of. Of course, I've been made fun of for a lot of things, and I realized that, oh, you guys just don't understand me. Too bad. I'm not going to waste my time explaining to these people why I am the way I am. My crowd, the people who are like me, the like-minded individuals in my life, I would explain to them why I am the way I am. And they would possibly relate because, oh, Khosi, I get what you're saying with that. You understand what I'm saying? So don't try to be someone else. Because when you try to be someone else, you're going to attract things that you don't want. You're going to attract things that are similar to that front that you're putting up. You're going to be even more miserable. But it's better to be walking in misery and being yourself and gaining emotional strength from that because the world around you doesn't like you. Or you could be someone you're not, something you're not, and be miserable about that. Either way, there is going to be pain. No matter which one you choose, there will be pain and suffering. You just have to choose your pick. Because I would say the difference between the two is when you choose to be yourself, you're happy. You're happy about it. And no one can really take that away from you when you choose to be yourself. You understand? No one can really take that away from you because being yourself takes power. That is one thing for sure. Being yourself takes power. Not being yourself is weakness because you are succumbing to what people do and say. One of the quotes that I came up with on my way here to the park was the idea, and I think I already said that in the video, the idea of allowing social how do I say this? Because I want to put like a little screen up. Okay, fine. Let me say this. The idea of allowing social standards to shape me into what they want me to become. absolutely disgusts me. I'm not going to sit around and succumb to orthodoxism. I already spoke about that. I don't like the idea of it. I'm just gonna choose to be myself. If a person does not like me, it means that they do not understand me. And I'm not going to waste my time explaining myself to them unless they are willing to listen and understand. You understand? Anyways, that's all for this video. I hope the mic was listening, because the mic is plugged in and sometimes it doesn't listen. And I'm actually going to throw a fit if it didn't. Anyways, bye guys. God bless.